Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. You're in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, grab a seat. Come on in, come on in and hit that light, hit that light. Oh, you're Aunt Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. Grab a seat, prop your feet. Let's sip some tea, sip that tea. Entertainment, news, and spirituality. From the culture to the fun, Auntie sets the tone. Sets the tone. With a laugh and a truth, she holds the throne. She holds the throne, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Come on in now. Auntie Mickey's house. Oh, Auntie's house. You're in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, yeah, yeah. Come on in and hit that like, don't forget now. Auntie Mickey's house. She can roast with a smile, drop wisdom too. Break down the headlines, bring it straight to you. Straight to you, baby. Community strong, conversation grown. Grown talk, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Make yourself at home, yeah. Come together, every voice is heard. Every voice. Respect the vibe, let's share the word. Oh, yeah. From the jokes to the prayers, she keeps it real. Keeps it real. Auntie Mickey's house, that's the deal. That's the deal, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. Oh yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. On in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat. Grab a seat. Come on in and hit the light. Hit the light, hit the light. You're at Auntie Mickey's. Yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. It's Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. You're in her house. You know you're in her house. Come on in and grab a seat. Grab a seat, come on in and hit that light. Hit that light. Oh, you're at Auntie Mickey's. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Auntie's house. Auntie's house. Auntie's house. Grab a seat, prop your feet, let's sip some tea. Sip that tea. Entertainment, news, and spirituality. From the culture to the fun, Auntie sets the tone. Sets the tone. With a laugh and a truth, she holds the throne. She holds the throne. Yeah. Auntie's house. Oh, Auntie's house. You know you're in her house. Come on in and grab a seat. Grab a seat, yeah. Come on in and hit that light. Hit that light. Don't forget. Auntie Mickey's. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah. She can roast with a smile. Drop wisdom too. Wisdom too. Break down the headlines. Bring it straight to you. Straight to you, baby. Community strong. Conversation grown. Don't talk, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Make yourself at home, yeah. Come together, every voice is heard. Every voice. Respect the vibe, let's share the word, oh yeah. From the jokes to the prayers, she keeps it real. Keeps it real, keeps it real. That's the deal, that's the deal, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house, oh yeah. You know you're in a house. Come on in and grab a seat. Grab a seat. auntie, come on in and hit that light, hit the light. Oh, your white auntie Mickey's, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house, Auntie Mickey's house, Auntie Mickey's house. Oh.
Good afternoon, y'all. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good morning, wherever you are. How y'all doing on this Thursday? I hope y'all is doing okay. We almost there. We almost at Friday, y'all. Y'all, we almost there at Friday. Can I get a reaction? I'll give you one. There we go. We almost there. We almost there. You know I'm gonna play with my little sound effects as much as I can. But happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Man, we got too much going on in this freaking country. I tell you the truth. It's still good to wake up every morning, but dang, can we wake up to a day that ain't full of a lot of mess? Fridays are your Mondays. Okay, Crystal. Hey, every day above ground is a good day. Even if we are in a country that's full of shit. Honestly. I mean, if we at the point now when we just watching Satan just run all amok right there in our faces. And nobody cares. Oh, okay. Okay, dude, Camille. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any emails today. I've been busy. But I'll check it out, love. Hello, everybody. Let me go on down the roll. It's roll call time. I'm going to start at the top this time because I know who's at the top. Let me guess who's at the top of the list. Uncle Barry is at the top of the... Yep, there you go. Hey, boo. Hello, my love. Hello, Cece. How are you, sweetheart? You are second in line. That's a first. Oh, side note. Baby, did you get my text? Just let me know if you got my text before I came on. The Starbucks is cheating you, baby. You need to start paying attention when they filling up them cups because they ain't filling them quite enough. They gave you a grande cup with a large content in all four of them. I sent you pictures. So yeah, I might have to start going to make sure they do right by you. I'm not having it. How you doing, Millionaire's Cove? Good to see you. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Crystal. Hello, Satin. I'm going to do that every time I see your name. Satin Doll. Oh, my goodness. I hope you don't get offended when I do that. I don't mean no harm. Hello, Lawanda. How are you, sweetie? Hello, Chandra. Chandra's sparkling. She's sparkling. Oh, don't apologize, Satin. I don't mean to put you to sleep now. I can keep you up now. I can start talking like this. That'll grate on your nerves. And then you really want to leave the room. Hello, Cora Banks. How are you, sweetheart? Let's see. C. Gonzalez. Hello, C. Gonzalez. How are you, sweetie? I think I got... There's Doodlebird. Hi, Doodlebird. Hello, Lisa Howard. So good to see you guys. There's Crystal. Hello, Crystal. Let's go on down the line here. Chandra Sparkling. She's sparkling all over the chat. There you go. Hello, Tawana. How are you, sweetie? Valerie Curry. Hello, Valerie. Kendra Roberts. How you doing, sweetie? Lisa. Hi, Lisa Bruno. I'm being a little slow at this. Y'all gotta, don't pay me no mind. It's been a long day. It's been a long, long day. So yeah, I was just, reflecting on all that's going on, and this tragedy that took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota, is really pissing me off, because I mean to tell you that there's no one else on this earth that thinks that they have that kind of privilege, that they could just take somebody out like that, and I mean get backing for it. Auntie, are you in the area where they protesting in Portland too? And no, I don't live in Oregon, sweetie. It's the next that's the next state down. I'm not far from Portland though. It's like a 2-hour drive. Satin, I know what you're talking about. Oh my goodness. It's crazy though. This thing with ICE has gotten so ridiculous. It's completely out of hand. And you know who's behind it. We know who's behind it. I don't know if y'all remember, but didn't Trump say that he didn't want the police to be nice? So he done something even more diabolical than having police trained to just take people out. He said, I'll just hire my own people, and I'll go after who I want to go after. I'm going to go after these illegal immigrants, but he doesn't even know who's legal and who's illegal. And they're racial profiling on top of it. They're running amok. They're literally running amok. And I can almost guarantee you, there's a very, 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 very low percentage of African American ICE agents. I'm not talking about the staff working in the office. See, that's what they want to. They want to throw all the black folks that work in the office. They want to throw that into the mix and make it look like it's equal employment opportunities. But I can guarantee you, I don't think they have very many black folks out there doing what they doing. Not in the name of Trump, especially. Hello, Mr. Phillips. How you doing this evening? So it's a travesty. It's a real travesty. They took that young lady's life and lied about it as soon as it happened. No investigation. They just automatically said it was justified. And I don't know put a 1 in the chat if you've seen the footage, because there's footage out there all over the news showing you exactly what happened. Thank God for cameras. Thank God for cell phones. It's diabolical the way they can openly lie the way they do. Hello, Deb White. I see you sneaking in here. But it's a travesty that they can pull something like that and then lie and say, oh no, she tried to hit me with her car. No, she didn't. She was trying to get away from your ass because she didn't know who you were. Who in their right mind is going to let somebody just walk up to their car and open their door? She pulled off. She was trying to wave him by. Trying to wave the man by, thinking that he's trying to get by. Within 30 seconds, she was gone. That's some foul business. It's really some real foul business. And we are definitely in some last days up in here. And there's a lot of people out there that literally support this behavior. Absolutely senseless. Senseless. I don't care Even if she was illegal, that's still no reason to do what they did. C. Gonzalez says a lot of ICE officers are Hispanic. One looked one looked my Puerto Rican husband up and down while getting coffee one morning. And you know what? Here's the cold part about that, C. Gonzalez. They could be next. They could be next. If you're Hispanic, you could be next. Absolutely. Shot her multiple times. In her head, in her face, at close range. Are you kidding me? But we're going to be able to talk about it today. I got a lot of stuff off the internet to go over. I hope I got it in order this time. But man, I tell you, it's diabolical what this country has become. We're being run by a tyrant. I mean, let's face it. We are being run by a tyrant. Hello, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. Yes, that was aggravated murder. Absolutely. Dang, in front of all those neighbors. So as you guys know, they were conducting one of their criminal-like operations in a Minneapolis neighborhood in broad daylight. And basically what they were doing, they cut her off, tried to box her out, and then approached her vehicle trying to open her door and stuff. Of course she's going to pull off. I would. Anybody in their right mind, if somebody comes up to them grabbing their door, trying to open their door, first thing, your first instinct is going to kick in to take off and leave. Shot that woman dead in her face. Absolutely, Lisa. Not 2 seconds. Not 2 seconds. And has the mitigated gall to call it self-defense. Had the mitigated gall to claim self-defense. And the saddest part is that the whole department jumped in with that lie as soon as it happened. There's been no criminal investigation, no investigation at all, not criminal or otherwise. 30 seconds. I mean, they started that lie immediately. Immediately. So yeah, we're run by. Yes, thank you for your service officers, the ones that are doing their job. Not that garbage called ICE. I'm sorry. They lack proper training. But yeah, thank you for the officers, the real police officers that are out there doing their job, protecting and serving. Thank you for y'all's work. Ice, ice, baby. Is that it, Roscoe? Cute. Yeah, well, there by the grace of God go them. It is sad, Doodlebird. It's very sad. Oh, chaos. Bless your heart. Well, here, let me deport you. Get the fuck out of my chat, bitch. How about that? You're deported. And Roscoe, if you tripping, you can go with him. Don't come in here with that pro ICE stuff. Not up in this chat tonight. Not tonight. You go with them. Go wherever the hell they going. You need to go with them. If that's what you support, you going straight to hell. Uh-huh. Right. Typical liberal kicking your ass out of my chat. That's what I'm doing. The hell out of here. Cracker. Now, as I was saying before, the crackers came in. The saltines came in talking their shit. Go troll somewhere else. Troll your mama's house. Oh, we got a bigot in here. Look at that. You're gone too. Yeah, you're gone too. Well, one thing is for sure, we know that America's full of racist bigots, don't we? Yeah, exactly. Don't let the light skin fool you. For real. And he ain't even really seen no light skin unless he looked in the mirror. But here's my thing. People like that troll around and try to cause chaos, those are the ones that wear those ICE badges, you know. But that's okay because they coming in here talking their stuff and they're putting money in my pocket as they're doing it. So thank you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for putting money in my pocket for trolling my chat. Because I'm going to say what I'm going to say regardless if you like it or not. If you don't like what I'm saying, you are free to leave. But I'm not going to sit here and debate what happened. I'm not going to sit here and debate what happened. We all saw what happened. That man killed that girl. Point blank, period. And if you think otherwise, then God help you. Absolutely, Mr. Zach Payne. Thank you so much. I agree. Mr. Trump has definitely made people like that comfortable. It's called privilege, entitlement. Nobody deserves to be treated like that. K-popper, we don't need help from God. You need to help stop being a retard. Oh, look at that. He doesn't need help and he doesn't feel we don't need help from God. And that's why you're going straight to hell, sir. Or ma'am or whatever you are. But you sit here and learn a few things. I'm going to move on with my show. Starting with this first video. Let me turn down this music a little bit. And those of you that have common sense that's in the chat, just disregard these clowns that come in here. Just disregard them. They can't help it. They can't help it. Absolutely, C. Gonzalez. Since you mitigated gall nutcases that are in here want to be here, go ahead and click the like button. Click the like button since you're here. Okay? All right. In the meantime, I'm going to share a video with you because clearly people don't seem to understand what common sense tells you. You can all look at the video for yourself and see exactly what happened. Now, if you want to determine it that way, that's up to you. Let me find it. Let me find it. Let me find it. Hold on just a second. You know what? I think I will start out with this analysis of the video. Hold on just a second. We're going to pull up. Here we go. Turn this down. Okay, we're going to start this. This is an analysis. This is on Don Lemon's channel. And he had these two individuals up here, both experts. This one is in law enforcement. She's in a legal analysis. Let me get this video up for you so you can see it better. Here we go.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. So here we go. I'm going to play this video. This is an analysis. Andy and Peter, this is by the New York Times, right, Nikki? This analysis.
Yes. Yep.
It's an analysis of the incident, including the shooting, obviously. Here it is.
On Wednesday in Minneapolis, a federal agent fatally shot a motorist, 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good. Trump administration officials said these were, quote, defensive shots fired because the officer was being run over.
And a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over.
But our analysis of bystander footage, filmed from different angles, appears to show the agent was not in the path of the victim's SUV when he fired 3 shots at close range.
Imagine that. Now, can you guys see this okay? I want to make sure you can see this okay. Put one in the chat if you can see it okay. And moderators, when they get to acting stupid, go ahead and pop them out of here. I ain't got time for the bullshit. Not tonight. Let me move this over a little bit. Okay.
Here's how events unfolded. Moments before the shooting, the victim's maroon SUV is stopped in the middle of the street. Multiple unmarked federal vehicles are idling nearby. Secretary Noem alleged the motorist, quote, was blocking the officers in. Bystanders are blowing whistles and yelling at federal agents. Then, federal vehicles start moving toward the maroon SUV, with sirens and lights blaring. A federal agent films the scene on his phone.
Thank you, Camille.
The driver rolls forward slightly, turning left, then stops and waves for others to go ahead. 2 agents exit this silver pickup and walk toward the vehicle. Moments later, shots are fired.
Wow.
Let's look at the scene again more closely. This is the agent who shoots the driver. He
Wow.
walks around the car filming and disappears from view. Other agents pull up and order the driver to exit her vehicle. One of them grabs at the door handle and reaches inside. The SUV reverses, then turns right, apparently attempting to leave. At the same time, the agent filming crosses toward the left of the vehicle and grabs his gun. He opens fire on the motorist and continues shooting as she drives past.
That's the sad part about it. People out there want to yell that they gave an order. They gave an order. That does not mean that you can point blank range pop somebody in their face. Have you ever understood how to shoot at a tire? Can you blow out the tire? You just gotta unalive somebody, huh? Because someone didn't obey your order. And what the hell are you ordering her for anyway? This is the part that kills me about these people that think that they're entitled. That's pure entitlement. See, they're showing their things now. They're showing it now. Oh, we have the right. We have the right. Yeah, you can fuck around and find out too. Goodbye. That part. Trigger happy. Trigger happy.
Oh, shit!
The moment the agent fires,
Gave
he
him
is
a
standing
job
here,
so they
to
could.
the left of the SUV, and the wheels are pointing to the right, away from the agent. This appears to conflict with allegations that the SUV was ramming or about to ram the officer.
Neither were you, Randy. So
President
you
Trump and
shut up,
others
bitch.
said the federal agent was hit by the SUV, often pointing to
Not
another
like
video
that.
filmed from a different angle. And it's true that at this moment in this grainy, low-resolution footage, it does look like the agent is being struck by the SUV. But when we synchronize it with the first clip, we can see the agent is not being run over. In fact, his feet are positioned away from the SUV. The SUV crashes into a white car parked down the road. A bystander runs toward the collision. The federal agents on scene do not appear to rush to provide emergency medical care. Eventually, the agent who shot the motorist approaches the vehicle. Seconds later, he turns back around and tells his colleagues to call 911.
Wow. Now, the sad part about this is that they said call 911, but there was actually an officer. I'm sorry, not an officer. There was a doctor there at the site, and they would not allow that doctor to help that woman. I'll show you that in a minute.
Shame! You shot someone! You shot someone!
Agents block several bystanders who attempt to provide medical care, including one who identifies himself as a physician.
Can I go check a pulse?
No! Back up! Now!
I'm a physician!
Hey, listen,
At the same time, several agents, including the agent who opened fire, get in their vehicles and drive off, apparently altering the active crime scene.
Well, I'm not going to go any. I'm going to go further with this because I want to hear their analysis of this. Okay, but that was foul. I don't care how entitled you feel in this country, how much you feel that illegal immigrants should get out of here and all that stuff. You're entitled to feel that way. You know what, Mr. Smith? You have no say in what she should have been doing. And I only hope the same doesn't happen to you one day. Now get the fuck out of my chat, bitch. Bye. Boy, don't the bigots come out? The bigots do come out. But yeah, you keep on putting money in my pocket. Well, if it was a federal operation, why are they blocking the FBI from investigating? Answer that. Now you can go too. Goodbye. Let's watch this video.
So there it is. Cedric, I know I only have you for a few minutes, so I'm going to get you to weigh in, and then I'll get Monique. So I'm going to ask her some more legal questions after you leave. That video seems to show the analysis. They matched it up. What do you think of that?
Well, it's what we all see. And it's simple as that. It's what we all see. But as in any event that involves an officer, there still has to be an investigation.
Exactly.
And a very critical in-depth investigation based on this forensics evidence and any other evidence that's out there, including statements, et cetera, et cetera. But this appears very straightforward. But here again.
Amen, Jay Saloto. I agree. Anyone that is okay with that, y'all got some praying to do. I mean, for real. A lot of praying to do. This is sad. She didn't deserve that. If you wanted to stop her that bad, you could have popped her tires. She would have been alive. But again, this is what has started running the country. What if she turned left? What if she did? What if she did? But she didn't. The what ifs don't matter.
If an investigation is conducted, it has already been stated that nothing is going to come of it. And clearly there appears already to be some blockage from the feds for even to state to even look into this. And that cannot be the standard in which they operate as law enforcement personnel in this country. It just cannot be. And this is what is very heartfelt for me as a law enforcement leader who's leading men and women right now here in South Fulton, Georgia, because I know how they're professionally trained to carry out their duty.
Trugamar. Hello, Trugamar. Let me put your comment up. Just put it aside like a typical Democrat. Well, let me give you a little bit of information, sir. I'm not a Democrat, Republican, or otherwise. I don't trust none of them. Now, don't call me something I'm not.
Duties. And here again, I have a responsibility as I send them out every day and night, that they're able to carry out their duties to protect us and protect themselves and each other. But they also know the responsibility that comes with that badge and that gun, is that we have to conduct ourselves in a professional manner and use our training as the standard. But in this case, we're looking at poor training, poor community intervention, a lack of supervision, and a lack of medical attention after you have just shot and injured someone.
You said something earlier today. You said, and I want to know the answer. You can tell me. If this was a local police officer, what would have happened by now?
They probably would have already been relieved of duty. And based on this footage, depending on what part of the country you're in, what state, and what city, what county, and that of the prosecutor, they probably would be incarcerated tonight.
Joseph, what kind of stupid ass comment is that? Since when do you care about a white lady? What difference does it make what color she is? She's a human being. Good Lord, you people. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What difference does it make what color she is? And Robert, you're the pathetic one because you're in my chat talking. You're putting money in my pocket. Thank you. You go ahead and say all you want to say in here. I'll let you roll for a while. I'll let you roll for a while. Absolutely, Bill Smith. Who said all whites are racist? Nobody said that up in here. I'm not the left or the right. I don't trust nan politician. This ain't about politics. This is about humanity.
Or last night, I should say. And the only thing that you would hear from their leadership is that this is a troubling event and it is going to be investigated. And we ask the community to give us an opportunity to do that, to put some legitimacy to this shooting, even though we know what we're seeing. There still is process. But in this case, what we're hearing is that he's right, even if all of you think he's wrong. And we're going to support that. And that is just not a way to provide leadership for law enforcement that still struggles in this country, based on its own history, for people to feel that they're being able to trust. This is a real setback, Don, and it's really saddening.
Thank you, Cedric Alexander. We appreciate it. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, my friend. Take care.
Monique, you sat by quietly, and I can. It's written all over your face. But when you saw, I wonder if that changes anything, or if it helps you to sort of get an understanding of what could and should happen when you look at the analysis from the New York Times there.
No, I think what we talked about last night stands. The thing that I was looking at that I was intrigued by, I was wondering when in the time frame, because I saw the somebody doing CPR, and I was just wondering
I saw that. Who was that?
Yeah, and I wondered if that was the 15 minutes later, because it didn't look like an EMT. So because they didn't include it in the analysis, but it's included in the footage. Here's what I want to say, Dawn, because, I mean, I've been going back and forth talking to our friend Ben today, and we've done a lot of these cases, and talking to
Ben Crump you're talking about.
Yes. Yeah. And Tamika Mallory, who's been obviously a social justice advocate on the streets right there in Minnesota, who has probably more experience in.
I would have to agree with you, Bill. I would have to agree with you. There's got to be some kind of a repercussion for that behavior. If police have to face it, so should they. But what they need is training. I'm not saying that there's no illegal alien problem in this country. I'd be lying if I said that. There is a problem with illegal aliens in this country. But there's a better way to deal with it than that. That's all I'm saying.
What goes on in Minnesota than anybody else alive right now. And I've been involved in a lot of these cases. And what I think often we do in the public is we allow for the demonizing of the victim or the decedent, in this case, Renee Good, but we also feel the need to put angels on them while on earth. And that's not constructive either. That's not helpful, because it can be true that in that moment, Ms. Good was doing something that perhaps she shouldn't have. Civil disobedience is called disobedience because it's against the law, right? So if your car is in the middle of the street and it's not supposed to be there, and it's parked sideways, and you're doing your legal observing or whatever you're doing from that vantage point, you're breaking the law. You're breaking the law. Are you supposed to die because you did that? Nope.
Bill said, "You wanted to be a cop. Can I shoot a knee?" They all laughed and said, "Make sure that human doesn't show up in court." Absolutely. Absolutely. Doodlebird, you said, if I could tell, if I could, I'd tell you the CC, but I wouldn't do that without Mickey's permission. You have my permission. I'm not even sure what you're talking about. So yeah, you have, if you need to identify somebody that's saying something, then feel free. Feel free.
That doesn't justify death. If you get freaked out because officers do some kind of jump out on you, and they're grabbing your door and they're telling you to get out of the car, and because of that you reverse and then you go forward, are you supposed to die? Nope.
No.
But are you disobeying a lawful command? Maybe. And for some reason, I think we get all or nothing about these things, where we need for those who are victims of crime to be wholly innocent, or we can't get behind it.
Doodlebird, you can put it in the back chat. You can put it in the back chat. Okay? But I agree with her. Yeah, if it's civil disobedience, should she die for that? No, not in that particular case. Civil disobedience is civil disobedience, but to unalive someone that's not justifiable. But then there was a lot of people out there that felt George Floyd should have been unalived too. We see how that turned out.
And a lot of times these cases just don't flesh, they don't flesh out like that.
Yeah.
And so I think that 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 different things can be true at the same time. And ultimately we can get to the same result, which is that Jonathan Good should not have been in front of that car, shouldn't have been doing that jump out, shouldn't have been handling traffic without training, and shouldn't have pulled his weapon, because his weapon was out before she started moving the car, and shouldn't have shot. That's the end of the analysis. Now, whatever happened before that, we may never know, because they're covering up all kinds of facts on us.
That's right.
But I just want it to be clear that when they show the car in the middle of the street, when they show vehicles idling, the law enforcement vehicles idling for whatever reason, when we hear them saying, get out of the car, and she's probably freaked out, and that's what her partner says, her wife says, that she was scared. And when the officer's hands were on the handle door trying to get her to come out, and then she attempts to leave, those are facts that we can see. And that never would have happened if ICE hadn't been doing what I said yesterday they shouldn't be.
Look, we have another racist in the chat. Dan Vela. Dan Vela. You said she sent, what does she know, dumb black girl? Well, clearly she knows more than you, because you sitting in a chat and she's on a panel. How about that? Now who's the idiot? The hell out of here.
Which is handling traffic. If they had been involving local law enforcement, if they had called for backup, if they had not shown their poor training by getting all in front of the car, all of the things that led to this were still their fault. But that doesn't mean that things didn't happen before that set this in motion. And I think we have to comfortably sit with both things, or we're not being any more honest than the executive branch that is attempting to cover everything up.
All right, let's bring the legends in right now. Legends, thank you so much for joining us today. I want to play for you. This is JD Vance again saying that the shooter deserves gratitude. Here it is.
I will say, look, I would appreciate everybody saying a prayer for that agent. Look, in the past 6 months, he has been hit twice by a motor vehicle. One time, the first time, it led to over 30 stitches and very serious injuries to his legs. This is a guy who's actually done a very, very important job for the United States of America. He's been assaulted, he's been attacked, he's been injured because of it. He deserves a debt of gratitude. And I think the media prejudging and talking about this guy as if he's a murderer is one of the most disgraceful things I've ever seen from the American media.
Oh, really? That's laughable. Where was he injured? What, his phone finger as he was recording? He was never hit. He was never hit. Jesus, you guys, they kill me. They are not cops. That's right, Rosemary. They are not cops. They're not properly trained.
Y'all prejudge this lady as a fucking terrorist. Fuck off. Sorry, Don, that pissed me off. Sorry, that pissed me
She
off.
was within blocks of her home. No, she was within blocks of her home. She just belonged there more than ICE did.
Why don't you want me to use the word Jesus trash R? Does that disturb the Satan in you? Is that what that is? Does it disturb the Satan in you when I invoke the name of Jesus? What would Jesus do? Ask yourself that one, Mr. Trash R Us. I wonder what trash you represent. Get the fuck out of my chat, bitch. Now.
It was her home.
We have somebody that's a legend that's from Minnesota. She got to speak because we need to know what's happening there. Are you there?
Yeah, that's Jen. No, I'm in Chicago.
Are you in Chicago?
Yeah, I'm in Chicago. But I will say that's the second time that happened to that man. Okay.
And usually, if it's the second time, if someone has PTSD, which he appears to be intimating that this person has PTSD, usually when that happens, they don't put you back in the same role. Which is, I mean, am I wrong about that, Monique?
No, he shouldn't have been on active duty. I mean, and I can't diagnose whether he had PTSD or not, but our vice president is saying it was within 6 months and that it was serious bodily injury due to someone ramming him with a vehicle. So it's not hard to figure out that whether he was physically healthy and able to return or not, that may have triggered his fear-based response, fear or rage, or a combination of the two that led him to do something he was not supposed to do. He in addition to the fact that they weren't trained to handle what they were in, it seems like he specifically should not have been on the streets.
Olia, you have been dealing with
background checking people. They're not vetting people. They're not even looking at people's qualifications at all. That's all that really is telling us.
Olia, yes, you have been out here on the streets dealing with this, or dealing with what happens out on the streets. And I'm wondering, I don't believe that any of your clients have lost their lives, but they've been involved with skirmishes. I mean, perhaps they have, I don't know. But they've been involved with skirmishes with officers. And how does this usually play out? Is there any repercussion?
Yeah, we're dissecting, this case, like what happened, where were her wheels, where is it turned this way? All I want to say is that ICE has been acting with immunity. They've been acting like they have immunity.
Mm-hmm.
Their powers are unchecked.
That's right.
And they abuse it all the time.
That's
honestly,
right.
I'm not just saying that because I'm on the show or just to hear myself speak. That's not why I'm on the show, because I want to express and I want to have people listen to me, because this is what's happening. It's like I'm screaming into the void all the time. I'm telling you, this is what's happening. This happens all the time. They fabricate, they lie. People in power allow them to act like this with lawlessness.
This is as a result of our leader. This all starts from our leader. I mean, point blank, period. He said it when he was running for president the first time. He didn't want law enforcement to be nice. And I understand that. Sometimes you have to show force, but deadly force is not always necessary. And in this particular case, it was not. No, I'm not talking about Jesus. Jesus is king, not president. Looks like our president is Satan, actually. Let's be true about it.
Cover up for them, and they will continue to lie for them. And people in power keep protecting them. People in power, the people in power I'm talking about are, starting from the top, the president, the vice president, but also the judges, but also everybody. They listen to what they're saying, and they take it as if it's the truth. It's
okay,
not
so
what ICE is saying is wrong. They fabricate a lot of the things that happen. You know why? They don't have, the CBP does not have body cams. They don't have to wear body cams. Since February, Trump has a policy where CBP officers do not have to wear body cams.
See, Gonzalez, that's a very good point you made. This is pushback for defund the police, and that's very possible. And personally, I don't think that was a very good move either. Defund the police. I mean, really? That doesn't make any sense at all. We do need law enforcement. We need law enforcement to protect and serve. This country would be lawless without law enforcement. So I don't know who came up with that idea to defund the police. It was not very bright at all.
ICE also says they don't have to wear body cams because we don't have enough funding. What? There's no funding? How about the big beautiful bill that just gave you so much funding, gave you millions and millions of dollars for just this purpose? You don't have funding to wear cameras so people can see what's going on? That's not why they don't wear cameras. They don't wear cameras because they don't want to see the lawlessness. They don't want to have evidence of this. So the only way is people recording. If this woman was not recorded on cell phone right now, she would be categorized, and we wouldn't even argue. Like, we would argue, but she would just be classified as a domestic terrorist.
Well, the thing is that if you have
so my
someone,
question
hang on one
is-
second, hold on one
so
second.
my-
The thing is that when you have someone like this, whether it's PTSD or whatever it is, you give them therapy. You don't give them a weapon or a gun. You get them help. And look, I think the guy, they're saying that he has serious injuries, so we'll believe him. There are photographs of the serious injury. But since you just mentioned what you said about how CBP has been operating, I want to play this. This is an Afghanistan veteran who talks, Olia, about what you just said. Here it is.
Okay, hold on just a second. This is push. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I got the right comment here. Yes, Rosemary, I agree. I don't think they do background checks on them before they hire the ICE agents. And it's my understanding, didn't they hire some of the people that stormed the Capitol, if I'm not mistaken? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct, Cancers. Yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah, that wouldn't have been a very right move to make, to defund the police. Okay. Whatever you say, call Pesh. Whatever you say.
Yeah, they're terrorizing the population. I was just saying, like, one, in Afghanistan, we never wore masks. I went on 4 deployments. The only time we would wear like a face covering is maybe if it was cold and my guys were on a, you know, you were pulling security somewhere, or maybe it was dusty, you wore a shamag or whatever. But we didn't wear masks. Again, this officer's not wearing a mask. He's one of the leaders. That's smart. No one here is going to be going after him. If you're fighting the actual cartels and you're on the border, fine. If you want to protect your identity, totally makes sense. But they're wearing all this gear for no reason. This is coming from the top. They shouldn't have. They should have low vis, bulletproof vests, or they should wear their fucking vests underneath a smock. If you're going to be doing this, ICE should not be running around. None of these guys should be running around in plate carriers. They're against civilians, and they just got this huge budget. So why are they not wearing low vis stuff? You know, it just makes no sense. It's here to intimidate everyone here, and they're trying to get. And then obviously Bovino. I mean, I don't know what he was doing. He took some glamour shots with a trench coat, and they're just trolling people. Yeah, he took it with a trench coat to look like he was some SS officer, literally. I was just like, I'm a history guy. I studied history, European history, World War II. And then as an officer, we studied a lot of history in the military. When I was at Captain Maneuver Career Course, we studied history. I mean, come on, you don't do this. I'll be honest, in Afghanistan, there's a thing called Pashtunwali. You know, if you came in and you intimidated the local populace like this and you beat up a bunch of people, they would hit back. That's how it works there. Americans are just very nice. They're out here protesting. Again, if these guys weren't here, none of these people would be here.
Yeah, Ole, he's saying what you said.
Exactly. He's completely right. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. This is what's happening. They got this huge budget, but yet they're saying.
Joshua, can you explain what you mean by this comment, dear? Josh Marshall says this is definitely a one-sided complaint show. I know better not to screw around with people who carry GUNS. Which show are you speaking of? Are you speaking about the Don Lemon show? I'm just trying to get some clarity, dear. See, okay, here's the thing about your comment. If you're with regard to people with weapons, you don't have to screw around with anybody just because they have one. They're supposed to be the professionals and know when and when not to use them. Okay, I see what he's saying. Well, here's the thing. They should be more cognizant of their job rather than being so quick to pop off and unalive somebody. There was more than one way to handle that situation. Okay, Christopher, thank you for clarifying that.
Saying they can't afford like basic things like cameras, body cams. They can't afford these things. Like, how to make it make sense? Like, I don't understand. What I'm seeing and what I'm trying to tell people is this is not America. This is not how things are done. There is lawlessness. There's fabrication of facts, and we're just supposed to take it. You cannot be complacent right now, because it's going to lead to something so much worse that you cannot stop.
They also violated court orders on body cams in Chicago. Judge Sarah Ellis demanded that in Chicago they wear body cams, and some of them have them and they don't activate them. And Greg Bovino said on the stand that he doesn't wear a body cam, and she asked him to get one, and he still does not do it, and it comes from the top.
Here's the thing. This has got nothing to do. Let me get this clear to you that are making this a political issue. In this particular frame here, in this show, this is not about politics, left, right, Republican, Democrat. That's not what this is about. This is about humanity. When you take the politics out of it, you're still a human being. And I would only hope and pray that you don't feel this way about your own people. Because I can guarantee you, if it was your mama or your daddy that was involved in this, you wouldn't be talking this shit. I can guarantee you that. How do you justify saying what you're saying? Because if that was your mama or your brother or any loved one that you love that panicked and was approached by strangers in that manner and just drove off, what would you do and how would you feel then? Now, take the damn stick out your ass and become a human being. This is not about politics. This is about right and wrong, good and evil. Point blank, period. We don't know that, Chad Davis. We don't know that for sure. My daddy or my mom wouldn't have put themselves in that position. You don't know that. And be careful the words you speak, because there, by the grace of God, could be your mama and daddy. So let that sink in. I'm sick of people got all this high and mighty bullshit until it comes to your back door.
Okay, so I just wanted to ask a few questions after I make this point. People keep saying this is not us, but you have to go back to the slave patrols. This has always been us. It just hasn't been done to white people. So let's just be frank about it. And the way that they gloss over it in the news just lets everybody gloss over it and whitewash the history. Okay? That's my first point. I do want to ask the lawyers, since we do not want, when these people get comeuppance for what they are doing, is it better to sue the individual people rather than the government? Because
when was the last time your parent put themselves in that position? Actually, I don't know, because I didn't have a mother growing up. Maybe that's why. Because she was doing stupid shit too. Nobody's saying that this is not about, oh, your parent wouldn't have done that. You don't know what the hell your parent could have been walking down the damn street for all that matters. That's ridiculous. You sound like you're just trying to convince yourself. How many people have passed away at the hands of someone that they shouldn't have passed away at that person's hand. Just minding their own business, being in a store. Hey Jess, how you doing, love? She's pulling out a damn driveway. Anybody could have been pulling out of their driveway and coming into this chaotic situation. People panic. That doesn't mean that they deserve to die. If she's driving a weapon, unarm her from her weapon and disable the weapon. Blow out her tires. Blow out her damn tires. She would have still been alive and well. But until it happens to you, you have no mercy. That's because this country has become so inhumane against other human beings and makes everything so black and white. There's no such thing as a gray area with y'all. The hell out of here. Some of these folks really they going straight to hell. They going straight to hell with that shit. I mean,
because we are the ones that are going to have to pay for these people's malfeasance. We should not have to pay that. The people should be sued individually when justice is served. And my other question is...
Wait, hang on. Let him answer the first question. What is it? What's the answer to the first question, Monique?
So, unfortunately, whether it's qualified immunity or whether it's absolute immunity, the only path to suing a police officer in this country, local, state, federal officer, is through the agency or their state employer. That's why one of the things that the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act was fighting for was getting rid of qualified immunity, so that when an officer did something, even under the cover of law, the way this is under the cover of law, where it looks like he's doing it as part of his job, even though it's egregious, so that you could attach individual personal liability. That does not exist. This case is even worse than that, in that there is absolute immunity.
James, no one is protecting illegal immigrants. We shouldn't have illegal immigrants here, but this is not necessarily the way to deal with the issue. Jesus Christ, these people.
Meaning whether the officer was acting within the course of his job doing something that was a part of his job, or was acting within the course of his job and doing something that was completely extraneous to the job. The immunity covers those actions, and he cannot be penalized personally. Criminal liability, civil liability, financial liability for the actions. So the only path to sue is through suing the agency.
One more quick question, Jennifer, please. Quick though.
Yes, and what do we do about wayward lawyers like Blondie and Blanche, who are totally disfiguring our justice system? How do we get back from this? What can we do to get back from this as your legal profession? What are you all going to do?
Right. So there's this thing happening in November called midterms. And that's the first check on the madman's power, because one of the things that is a reality is that voting has consequences. And so these people are now state actors, and they are acting under the express authority of the President of the United States. They're in appointed positions from which they cannot be fired unless he fires them, or unless the will of our do nothing Congress impeaches them. So somebody like Kristi Noem could be impeached. Somebody like Bondi could be removed. or perhaps even lose their bar card, but arguably she could still stay in her position as AG, whether she had a license to practice or not, because of the way that our laws are written. So the first and best answer that I can give you is we vote differently. The second answer would be that we push our members of Congress to take action against these individual heads of agency that are failing to do their jobs.
Okay, with all that said, we're going to not debate or listen any further to this. I want you guys to see firsthand what a witness saw instead of people debating or deciphering what is what. Hold on just a second, please. Okay, for some reason I can't get this thing to... Hold on just a second. Bear with me, y'all, please.
Witness of the shooting speaking out tonight. Her name is Emily Heller. She lives on the street where the shooting happened, and she filmed video that we have here just now to share with you out front. It shows the chaos immediately after Renee Nicole Good was shot and killed by that ICE agent in Minneapolis hours ago. We're going to play it for you. I do want to warn you that it is graphic.
Can I go check a pulse?
No! Back up! Now!
I'm a physician.
Hey, listen, we understand. We got EMS coming. I get it. Just give us a second. We have medics on scene. We have our own medics.
Where are they? Where are they? How can I relax? You just killed my neighbor. You caught butter in the face. You killed my neighbor. How do you show up to work every day? How the do you do this every day? You're killing my neighbors. You're stealing my neighbors. What the man?
Emily Heller is out front now, who you heard there and filmed that in that horrifically traumatic moment. So, Emily, I know you live there. This is your street. This is your home. And you're inside your house. You hear all of this commotion. Everything is starting to happen. Okay, can you tell me what happened then? You hear everything. You come outside, and then what?
I hadn't even gotten dressed. I was making breakfast. I went out. I heard the commotion. I heard whistles, which is a common sign of ICE is nearby. And
AZ, I'm sorry, I don't know how to quite pronounce your name. You said a mouthful there. You said a mouthful there. Man, you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head. Thank you.
And I went out onto my front porch. I didn't even have shoes on, and within 60 seconds, everything had already gone down. But there was an ICE convoy that seemed to be stuck, and then there was a protester who was blocking traffic, so they couldn't progress. And she was totally peaceful, and ICE, it seemed completely unorganized. They didn't really know what they were doing. They were screaming at her to move, and then they approached her vehicle aggressively and tried to open her door, and then that's when she got spooked. And
RP 44477, this is CNN's platform, but that woman there is a neighbor who witnessed what happened. She does not work for CNN.
She reversed her vehicle to turn her wheels to try to escape. And that's when an ICE agent stepped in front of her vehicle and said, "Stop." And then, she was already moving, and then point blank shot her through her windshield in the face.
I can't imagine what it was to see that, Emily. The way that you are laying this out, though, I just want to repeat and make sure that I'm clear, and please correct me if I say anything wrong. You're saying that what you saw was disorganized ICE, but then When they tried to get her to stop, she got spooked. She reversed her car to turn her wheels to get away. And that was when the officer stepped in front.
They were telling her to leave. They were telling her to move, and then all of a sudden they were seemed like they were trying to get her. So they were telling her to move, and then in a split second they were saying they were trying to get her out of the car. So it was like she was trying to move once they were trying to get in her.
Now you guys heard that, right? This lady witnessed this happen. First they're telling her to move, then they act like they want to grab her. Who's giving orders here? It's like everybody's all over the place. And again, this goes back to training. I don't dispute the fact that we need agents out here to get these illegal aliens out of the country, but there's a way to go about doing this. And right now, this is the Keystone Cops. Everybody's doing their own thing out there. There's no organization. There's no protocol. They're doing just one thing after another. Thank you, Tawana. There's better ways of enforcing the law. You don't have to unalive everybody when they don't behave or they don't obey your order. That's right. That's why they're lying and covering everything up now. Exactly. Vigilantism. Thank you, my girl. This is vigilantism. How was she verbally and physically? Oh my God. You seem to be the only one that's saying this, Thrive Life. We got a witness right here who's not saying any of that. Give me a break.
In her car, she was of course she wanted to leave at that point. They were extremely aggressive.
Yeah,
Exactly,
she would have been scared,
Cece.
obviously. President Trump, as you know, posted a video saying that it's lucky the ICE agent was alive. And I just want to be clear, the ICE agent is walking afterwards, and we know that from anything that he had in the hospital, he's fine and he's out. But President Trump posted
stood there.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me what you're going to say about what he did afterwards.
Oh, he just stood there. The other ICE agents surrounded him. He was obviously spooked too. I mean, they seem like children. They seem like untrained people. And so that agent was obviously spooked because he had just killed someone. And it was very obvious to everyone who had witnessed it all that she would not make it. And so they kind of gathered around him, and then there was a gold SUV that came, and they put him in it and got him out of there because everyone knew he had murdered someone.
So President Trump says the woman was disorderly, obstructing and resisting, who then violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the ICE officer. Who seems to have shot her in self-defense. He shared a video of the incident from a different angle. What's your response to that version of events?
I mean, that's the only reason why I'm here. I don't think I'm the most articulate person. I don't think that I don't want to be here, but I knew that this would be twisted and it would be self-defense, and that's absolutely not what happened. But it's just my life is forever changed from having witnessed this, and
So I guess y'all that feel like she was being a jackass and arguing with the ICE agents and all this stuff, I guess this lady's lying, huh? Come on, man. Wake up. Wake the fuck up. Wake up.
I just can't let this narrative that it was self-defense go any further, because it's absolutely not what it was. And my neighborhood, my neighbors, we're all going to be pretty traumatized from this for a long time.
When in that video that you shared with us that I just played, the 34 seconds, you're obviously incredibly distraught, and there's a doctor next to you or near you. We can hear him saying, I'm a physician, I can help, and they say, no, we have our own medics. But the doctor is there offering to administer CPR, standing right there. I don't want you to have to relive what you were looking at when the horror of her death, but how did agents respond to him? Was there a speed and a desperation in trying to get any sort of assistance to her? Because it didn't sound like that from what you gave us.
Yeah, they wouldn't let him near, and they said they had their own medics that were on their way, which it was, I mean, I don't know, it was at least 15 minutes before the ambulance arrived, and then the ambulance couldn't even get through because the ICE agents had all abandoned their vehicles in the road, so the ambulance couldn't get through. So they parked at the end of the block, and about 5 paramedics came in and examined her for, I didn't see this, but they were with her for a few minutes, and then they carried her limp body away by her limbs, not even on a stretcher.
Wow. Now that is some disrespectful shit right there. First of all, they're so unorganized and so untrained that they block the entire, the whole neighborhood basically, so medics couldn't get there. Couldn't even get through. And they drag her limp body out of the vehicle by her limbs. That is pretty jacked up. And again, this is an obvious sign of no training. No training whatsoever. Law enforcement would have never behaved that way. Even the bad ones. They don't just go dragging deceased people out of the way, out of a vehicle. Because that, in essence, could cause even more damage.
Buried her down to the end of the block where they could get a stretcher because they couldn't get through with their ambulance.
I hear
Molly,
you.
I appreciate your talking
either.
about this. I know it has to be incredibly difficult, and I think everyone understands why you're choosing to do it, to make sure people understand exactly what it is that you saw and documented, and I appreciate your being willing to do it.
Yeah, thanks.
So, let me show you another video that happened to be going down. It was there at the time. See, we don't see everything when we watch it on TV. Thank God for iPhones. This is a video where agents are blocking a doctor from helping the woman. This very short video. I don't know who's complaining, fat man. All I know is that this was a human being. I don't care what color they were. And JMICH, I only hope and pray that your loved one doesn't succumb to something like this. Let's see how you feel about it then. Fuck around and find out about that too. You guys sound like idiots.
Hey, listen, we understand. We got EMS coming, and I get it. Just give us a second. We have medics on scene. We have our own medics.
Where are they? Where are they? How can I relax? You just killed my neighbor. You caught your butter in the face. You killed my neighbor. How do you show up to work every day? How the do you do this every day? You're killing my neighbors. You're stealing my neighbors. What the man?
That's sick. That's some sick diabolical shit. Absolutely, Deborah. You got that right. You got that right. So here, let's put some human perspective on this. Because people seem to forget this is a human being. This was a human being. This is coming from the Minnesota Star Tribune. Hold on a second. Dadgum ad. Maybe not. Shit. Okay, hold on just a second. Let me remove this from the screen. Okay, I'm not subscribing to this just to read this article. That's some BS right there. So what we'll do is we'll go on to the next video. What we know about the ICE officer involved in the Minneapolis shooting. The officer who fatally shot a U.S. citizen in Minneapolis was previously involved in an incident with a vehicle last year and appears to be an experienced ICE agent. NBC News' Julia Ainsley reports on what we know so far about the officer and his history. Let's see what we know about the ICE officer. Let me see if this will pull up. Are they going to play it?
That Minnesota has been taken out of the investigation, it feels very, very difficult that we will get a fair outcome. And I say that only because people in positions of power have already passed judgment, from the president to the vice president to Kristi Noem, have stood and told you things that are verifiably false, verifiably inaccurate. They have determined the character of a 37-year-old mom that they didn't even don't know. They've determined that the actions are done. I don't know. I've not used inflammatory terms of what happened. I've asked us to find the answers. The only way we find the answers is a thorough investigation by nonpartisan professionals.
This vehicle was used to hit this officer. It was used as a weapon, and the officer feels as though his life was in jeopardy. It was used to perpetuate a violent act that this officer took action to protect himself and to protect his fellow law enforcement officers. So we'll let this continue to go forward and follow the same policies and procedures that every use of force situation does. But we've had almost over 100 times that these vehicles have been used to ram law enforcement officers and to do damage and to harm them.
Yeah, we already know. We already know that lie. This is sad. So, last but not least, I'm going to go ahead. Well, you know what? I think I have another one. But I'm not going to pull that one up. But I will pull up Trump's good old orangutan man. Let's see what he has to say about this. We pressed Trump on his conclusion about the ICE shooting. Here's what he said. The exchange was a glimpse into the president's reflexive defense of his federal crackdown on immigration. President Trump wanted to run the tape. Just hours after an immigration and customs enforcement agent shot a 37-year-old woman in Minneapolis on Wednesday, Mr. Trump told a group of New York Times reporters that the woman was at fault because she had tried to run over the officer. We were in the Oval Office for an interview with the president, and the unfolding situation in Minneapolis was high on our list of questions. As soon as we started asking him about the incident, he said, "I want to see nobody get shot. I want to see nobody screaming and trying to run over policemen either." When we pressed Mr. Trump on his conclusion that the victim, Renee Nicole Good, tried to run over the agent, he asked an aide to pull up the video on a laptop in an effort to prove his point. "That was a vicious situation that took place," Mr. Trump said, apparently referring to what federal officials have said was an effort by Miss Good to run down an ICE agent. And we saw the video. That was bullcrap. The exchange was a glimpse into Mr. Trump's reflexive defense of what has become a sometimes violent federal crackdown on immigration. Hold on just a second. Let me get this jackass out of here. Which is, in this case, claimed the life of an American citizen who was protesting ICE's presence in Minneapolis. On Thursday, after our interview with the president, a Times analysis of footage from 3 camera angles showed the motorist was driving away from, not toward, a federal officer when he opened fire. But on Wednesday night, Mr. Trump stuck to his position, even as we pointed out the inconsistencies in his account and the lack of clarity in videos circulating on social media. We asked if, in his mind, firing into a vehicle like that was acceptable. "She behaved horribly," Mr. Trump said, "and then she ran him over." Oh my God. Really? She didn't try to run him over. She ran him over. So I guess he jumped up? Really? This is the idiot that's the president of the United States. Hey, Q Rock, how are you, love? This is sad. We told the president that the early videos circulating online were unclear. "I'll play the tape for you right now," Mr. Trump said. Mr. Trump's aide, Natalie Hart, brought a laptop over to the Resolute desk to show us what he said would be evidence of the woman's wrongdoing. I'm doing great, Q-Rock. We just got a lot of trolls in here tonight. But I thank them. Thank you for making this video make some money for me. Because you ain't hurting me. You hurting yourself. Before the video began, Mr. Trump acknowledged the tragic nature of the shooting. With all of it being said, "No, I don't like that happening," he said, before pivoting to his common refrain of criticizing illegal immigration. As a slow-motion surveillance video of the shooting played on the laptop, we told him that this angle did not appear to show that an ICE officer had been run over. "Well," Mr. Trump said, the way I look at it, it's a terrible scene," Mr. Trump said at the end of the video. "I think it's horrible to watch. No, I hate to see it." But did this fatal shooting mean his ICE operation had gone too far? Mr. Trump sidestepped the question, instead blaming his predecessor's immigration policies. Jesus. Boy, oh boy. Mr. Trump's willingness to make a near immediate conclusion about the deadly shooting appeared to be at odds with one of his senior advisors Tom Homan, Mr. Trump's border czar, told CBS News that he would not make a judgment call on video of the shooting circulating on social media. Let the investigation play out. I'm going to say that again because this is the thing that hasn't happened. They jumped to a story before they even started an investigation. Isn't that something? Let the investigation play out, Mr. Holman said, and hold people accountable based on the information. Or based on the investigation, I'm sorry. Dudebird said, Auntie, do you have Venmo? It's easy to get and safe. If you get it, I can send you cash. You can keep it all. Have LL give you my email. Okay, hun. Yeah, I haven't tried Venmo yet. I can't get Cash App though. I wish I could. I do have PayPal if you have PayPal. But I'll check out Venmo too. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. Leroy Bojangles said, shut down the International Monetary Fund and the American government will stop inflation. Oh my goodness. You wasn't watching the same tape everybody else saw, so I'm not even gonna comment on that one, okay? Jesus. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That was his response. He pretty much kind of stuck his foot in his mouth as usual. Trump has so much going on. I couldn't begin to start where, you know. But, again, this live is not about Republicans and Democrats and independents. This is not what that's about. Oh, okay, Doodlebird. You said, okay, I use it all the time, no PayPal, and I fell out. Okay. Well, I'll see what I can do about Venmo, sweetie. It's amazing, Doodlebird. He jumped in front of her. My eyes seen it, didn't yours? And the thing is that she didn't come close to hitting him. She didn't touch him. Her wheels were turned away from him, as a matter of fact. But, they got a jump start on the lie. And clearly a lot of people are buying into that lie. They don't want to see the truth. I'm gonna do my remembership. There's a lot of fraud and punks getting into my. Oh Lord, help! Yeah, be careful, Q Rock. Be careful, sweetie. Lorray Bojangles says the International Monetary Fund tells America and its government when to shit and how to do it. I wouldn't doubt that at all, Lorray. I don't understand what that has to do with this situation here. What you're saying is true. I just don't understand what that has to do with this. But thank you for your comment. Well, anyway, this night has been quite interesting, y'all. I must say, it has been definitely very, very interesting. But I hope that this, again, it infuriates me how people can, oh my God, it's just, how can people be so, wait, hold on a second. Did you already talk about the 2 people ICE shot in Portland? No, I haven't. Let me see if I can pull that up. Hold on just a second. I did hear about that when I started my live tonight. So let me see if I can pull that up. Give me just a second. Okay, I got one from ABC News. Let me see what I can get on this. Bear with me, you guys. Okay. Okay, so according to who is it? NBC News, police say 2 shot injured in Portland shooting involving federal agents. Is this the same? No, this can't be the same. Is this the same thing, Charles? This was done, I want to say 2 hours ago. Okay. Let me share the screen. Okay. Uh-oh. Hold on. I started too soon. Hold on. Okay. Again, this is from NBC News. Here we go.
Thank you so much for being with us, Councilmember. I know we were just talking to Camila. Information seems very, very limited. There are some similarities on their face, and yet we don't know what happened here between these officers beyond what the federal government says happened. Do you have any insight into the details or the particulars here?
I would really take any information that we have at this point as preliminary, and I wouldn't even take things from the federal government at face value.
Yes, Mr. Phillips, I did hear about that, and I'm gonna check that out. Okay, his video sounded awful. You try again.
We have a clearly demonstrated pattern of increased aggression from the federal immigration enforcement from across the country, and we have a clear pattern of disinformation coming out of the federal government when they're trying to explain what justification they had for shooting neighbors. And I fear that in this situation, we're looking at a similar situation. So I would encourage your listeners to take any information we have at this point, especially around motives and history of the individuals, with a pretty heavy grain of salt.
Our NBC affiliate in Portland is reporting that the shooting happened as protesters were planning to head to the mayor's office to demand or revoke the permit for the ICE facility in Portland.
Okay, so I understand now. So these were people that were basically not in agreement of ICE, basically protesting, and 2 people were shot. Thank God they weren't unalived. Were they unalived? Let me see. They were shot, but expected residents to protest following the incident. We have a clear pattern of disinformation coming out of the federal government. I can see that happening. Okay, here we go.
Is that something that the city council there has been talking about realistically? Is that something that there's a lot of support for?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, we have a legal process, and I can't legally weigh in on whether or not I support that as a process at this moment. But we have a process because they have, in fact, repeatedly, it seems, violated the terms of their conditional use permit. And we have a formal process for that. It is slow and bureaucratic. It is slowed down by the courts, but we are, in fact, looking at our options to be able to shut down this ICE facility in the city of Portland.
Exactly,
However,
Lawanda.
this shooting took place miles away from this ICE facility. We've obviously had a long past in the last few months here of peaceful protest happening in front of the ICE facility. In fact, at times ridiculous protest in front of the ICE facility. This shooting happened in a residential neighborhood at near a hospital on my side of town.
Oh, wow. So this happened in a neighborhood nowhere near the ICE facility. So have they confirmed that this is a direct result of, I mean, are these ICE agents that were involved or federal agents that were, you know, there to do whatever with ICE? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know the entire story. I just heard about it earlier when I started the live. Just trying to get some clarity.
The far east side of Portland. And clearly was not in any way related to protest activity, but we very clearly have a problem with a tyrannical federal government happening in our city. And as the previous reporter said, the city of Portland wants ICE out of Portland.
We're starting to see protests from what happened in Minneapolis across the country today. We're seeing them in New York. We're seeing them in Washington, D.C., in Minneapolis. And now this incident in Portland, what do you anticipate happening in your city?
I expect that Portlanders will take to the streets and show with their voices peacefully, and in many cases, ridiculously, that this is not the kind of community that we are living in, that this is not an acceptable way for our federal government to be treating our citizens, and that Portland is a protest city. We are going to be protesting. In fact, I'm going to be going over and meeting a vigil here in about an hour. I expect my neighbors to show up. I expect them to show up peacefully.
Hello, Lady Letitia.
The way that we have for the
Lady, I'm going to put the link in the chat if you want to come up. Because I know that you reported on this as well. And I'd love to hear your take on this. If you can. Yeah, this is some crazy business here.
The last year, and I expect them to demonstrate what kind of community we are.
And yet Portland has been known for some of those protests to turn violent. Are you expecting any clashes between protesters and federal officials?
You know, 2020, protests turned violent, but that's the first time in any sort of meaningful way that protests in this city have been violent. And Portland earned the reputation of being Little Beirut back in the 80s. We are a protest city. We are not afraid to get out of our homes, you know, create some sort of catchy slogan on a sign and show up wearing a frog costume.
Let me put this comment up here. CCH Real. I find it very... Oh, hold on just a second. Hello, Lady Letitia. How are you, sweetheart?
Hello, Auntie Mickey. How are you?
I'm doing great. I have a comment on the screen that I need to address real quick because it's been trolled. It's definitely been troll town tonight. So, CCH Real says Democrats don't know how to do anything peacefully. Now, as I said, maybe you wasn't in the chat when I said this. This live is not about Democrats, Republicans, Independent. I don't trust none of them mofos, okay? I don't trust nan politician. But let me just say this, because you said Democrats don't know how to do anything peacefully. But as I recall, when the Capitol was raided, I didn't see nan Democrat in that crowd. I rest my case. Get the fuck out of my damn chat with that bullshit. Bye.
Exactly.
I done banned so many people up in here.
they
I'm serious. They done lost
they
their damn mind.
yeah, it's not political. This isn't political. This is
This is
about
not
life and death.
exactly. And the lie that they're coming up with that this woman tried to run over that ICE agent, and it's a ball-faced lie. We've seen the
Yeah,
video, 3 different angles, and she was driving away from her tires were driving away
away.
from him.
Exactly. Exactly. Away. Trying to get out the way. And then she
Exactly.
had two or three people at one time telling her to do things. One gentleman, one ICE agent said, pull over, get out the car.
It's just
One
like
grabbed her. Yeah,
right. I mean, lack of training. Here's my thing. I don't have a
yeah,
problem with with trying to get a hold on this immigration issue. I don't have a problem with that. What I do have a problem with is that you put a bunch of just rambunctious ass people in here that have no training whatsoever.
yeah.
No training.
They're going
Just
up in their homes and snatching them out of their beds
I mean
and
doing the
telling them they doing the most
but
in front of their kids.
here's the other problem. That is the indicative thing of the president of the United States who was not trained in politics.
Right. Say it.
So it doesn't surprise me one bit. Did I block Millionaires Code? Oh no. I blocked Millionaires
Uh-oh.
Code by mistake. I'm gonna have to get her back. But
I've done that before.
hold on just a sec. Go ahead and talk to the chat for a minute. I gotta go grab
Sure.
something.
Chat. Hello, chat. How are you guys doing tonight? I know this is such a sad topic. It's such a it's such a sad topic, but it's a topic that needs to be talked about and made aware of. And people needs to stop telling us what we're seeing as if we didn't see what we saw. Stop telling me that I saw a terrorist attack. Stop telling me that this woman was out to kill someone. Stop telling me lies about what I saw. Like on January 6th, I saw what I saw. I saw those people go up in there and bust up in that Capitol trying to stop the election. Just like what's going on with this young lady that got shot. Trying to stop her from her rights to leave, to move, to get out the way. Mm-mm. Nope. That ICE agent went up to her car and told her to get the F out. And then here comes another ICE agent in front of her. As she was pulling away, he pulled out that gun and shot her to death. Not one time, but he shot her several times. Sorry if this is trigger warning for you guys. But look how our government is trying to spill it. And the sad part about this whole situation is that the local police officers, the locals at the local level, they don't get to investigate what happened. He's bringing in the federal to investigate. In other words, their outcome is pretty much she was a terror attack, domestic terror attack. That's why people are protesting. I feel so sad for her and her family. You know, it's the first of the year. And the government said, the mayor in that city said, he knew something like this was going to happen. He knew something like this was going to happen. And it's a shame. It is. It's a shame. Let's read some comments. Hello, Cammy. Hello, Doodoo Bird. I can't pronounce your name, sweetheart, but I'll read your comment. I'm chilling, Lady Letitia. Okay. Hello, Nelson. I like the flags. Hello, Kevin. Ram dude over glad us. Okay. Hi, Letitia. Hello, Mr. Phillips. Hello,
Okay,
everyone.
I just looked for Millionaire's Cove and I don't see her as being blocked. So I don't know what
Oh,
happened. Okay, Robert Shaughnessy. Okay, you gonna fuck around and find out too. See you. Ah, let's see who else. Nelson Mercado. You ain't even making any sense, but you know I'll let you just sit here because you making money for me. Thank you.
with the flags. Okay.
Jesus. But oh my goodness, I if I accidentally ban Miss Millionaire's Cove, I hope it's not permanent. Because I looked in, I didn't
You
find
didn't
it at
see
all.
it?
Didn't see it at all.
Yeah.
Didn't see it at all. You're welcome too, Nelson. You know, as long as you behave, you can sit right here. But the minute you
Yeah.
start acting stupid, you're gonna get banned too. So
Gotta go.
yeah, this whole thing is just crazy. I mean, you know,
It's disturbing.
it's very disturbing because we've got some vigilantes running around out here that are not
Yeah.
trained. They're not properly trained.
They're not property. You could tell the way
Yeah,
he pulled out that gun,
yeah.
like he was in a life or death situation, and he
Well, and
wasn't.
if you watch the way he even shot it, it was like it
Yeah,
looked
in
like he
the
was gonna,
air.
you know, it was like it
Yeah.
was like the Keystone Cops is what I referred to him as. Like, shoot, he looked like he was gonna drop the thing, you know. But
Yeah.
again, you know, the panic out there,
Yeah.
it's just the menacing behavior, the menacing treatment of people without even vetting who they are, or you know, I mean,
Right.
why would somebody want her to get out the car while the other guy wants them to leave? Too
Right.
many mixed
Too
signals,
many.
mixed
Too many
things,
mixed signals.
you know. So
Too many people in the pot. You don't know who
exactly,
to trust and who to talk to. You want me to
exactly,
do what?
yeah. She was wrong by driving her car. She should have put her car on park.
Someone
Do
else
you
told
really
me that.
wait a minute? Do you really think that somebody's thinking about that when you got several people
They're
yelling at
scared.
from all sides? And the bottom line is this: if they wanted her to stop that bad, they could have shot out her tires. I keep saying
Exactly.
all damn night. They did not have to shoot her.
They didn't have to shoot her, shoot at her, shoot directly in her direct, shot her in the head.
Right in her face.
Mm, mm, mm.
How did the Klan
That
find us in this cut? Child, they must have been scoping out the titles. You don't
wow.
tires or at legs. Oh, so tires and legs are more valuable than people's heads. Is that it, Scott?
That makes no sense.
You sound like a fucking idiot, and let me escort you out the door because that was
Yeah,
stupid.
like her life isn't worth more than a tire. Come
And she
on.
did and she did not hit the damn agent with the car, Nelson.
She
Look at the
didn't.
doggone video. What are you guys looking at? You want to see something.
That's what they do.
You want to
That
see. You
mm-hmm.
only speaking what you want to see.
Yeah,
And
you
now
want to see this.
you can go too, Nelson, because now you sound like an idiot. You just sound like a bonehead idiot.
Well, one of my mods was saying that why didn't she just get out the car? Why didn't she just comply? I said it was mixed, conflicting things they were having her do at one time, and she
Exactly.
got scammed.
Exactly. Anybody in that
Instead,
situation would have panicked.
with a panic, and that's what she did.
Exactly.
She didn't know that day he was gonna shoot her.
No.
Shoot.
Is that your phone ringing or mine?
I think it could be yours.
Well, it's gonna have to ring. It's in the other room, I think. Well, do y'all hear it ringing? It's way over in the other
No,
room. Okay,
I can't hear
that's probably my grandson.
it.
Yeah, it's just this is really indicative of our leadership. Our
Our
unfortunately
leadership is jacked.
we're being led by a tyrant and a wannabe dictator, and this is the fallout.
Yeah, this should be a wake up call. Her
Mhm.
life should not be, put on display of what, it shouldn't be felt like she had to die for people to
Right.
wake up. But the
Well,
fact is that no one's waking up.
okay, here's the thing, Mike Rogers. You said they can't just shoot out tires. It's not the wild, wild west. They are trained to shoot to end the
Oh,
person with the lethal weapon. But here's where you're wrong. They're not trained at all. They're not trained to
yeah,
do nothing. They're given a gun and going out there and running amok.
running amok, shooting that woman, thinking he's above the law.
She was following ICE agents before this all went down. You people are
No,
fools.
that's not what happened.
So you
That's
tell
not what
me,
happened
Robin,
on
is that what
TNT.
you saw? Did you see that on video, Robin? Or is that something that they told you?
Yeah, that's not true. The
Is
truth
that
was she had just dropped off her son
right?
at school.
But see, that's what I'm talking about. These fools coming in here talking about all this bullshit that they heard on
Fox
from whoever, Fox or whoever, and nothing to back up that statement.
at all. No proof or nothing that she was following ICE agent. None whatsoever. I heard she was dropping off her son and she happened to be in that neighborhood and she was trying to turn her car around to get from over there.
And look what Vinny says. Good old Vinny. And the devil doesn't love you. He hates you and uses useful idiots. So is that what you are? Is that what you are? I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, who is he calling the idiot?
But thank you for coming to the chat and putting a few dollars in my pocket. You can have a seat. Relax. Take your shoes off.
Yeah, this wasn't a very, for me yesterday, this subject wasn't a very agreeable subject at all.
Yeah,
And I got a lot of flack. And I
yeah,
was like, you're not going to tell me what I just didn't see. You're
exactly.
not going to tell me I didn't see this woman trying to get away?
Yeah. And the fact that you're hearing different orders from different people and none of them match.
Exactly. None of them match. None of them. Get out the car. Open the car door. Get
Yeah.
out the car.
Move.
Move your
Yeah,
car
move.
over there.
Yeah, move your car, get out the car. How can you move and get out at the same time? But no, they say she
Exactly.
should have complied. Comply with which order? Which order should she have complied with? Because as it
Exactly.
stands, somebody told her to move and she did and got shot for it.
She sure did.
Now make
She
that
sure
make sense.
did.
You say she didn't comply. She did comply. She attempted to move as she was told to do, while the other dude was doing the complete opposite, trying to open her car door. But no,
Yep.
you don't say she didn't comply. She didn't comply. She did comply. She tried to move, and then they come out with a lie before they even do a damn investigation. They ain't said shit about an
Exactly.
investigation.
No. And he got running free. He
Wow.
doesn't, he's not
Left
going to
her
be held
sitting
accountable.
home. She left her kids at home to fight for illegals. Who said she's fighting
Okay.
for illegals? She's
See,
fighting
I thought
against
she was the son
bullshit
of
that
a.
they're doing on the street. Nobody's fighting for the illegals. And I'm not a fucking Democrat, idiot. I done told you motherfuckers. I'm not a damn Democrat, Republican,
Right.
or liberal
They
or
think
independent.
left or nothing.
I
This
ain't
is
none
not
of that.
about
I'm a fucking human being.
human. They treated her barbaric, like she wasn't.
But you know what? I hope your mama doesn't end up in the same predicament. I hope your daddy don't end up in the same predicament, or one of
Yeah.
your kids, or your grandma, or somebody walking down the street that just happens to end up in this predicament and ends up getting unalived. Let me see the kind of bullshit you talk then.
How you gonna spin it? Yep.
And
Or you
Blade
gonna want
Runner,
somebody to fight for you?
maybe you should start drinking, idiot. Get out of my damn chat, bitch. I got to get up
Yeah.
out
Not
of here.
a
I've
not
had enough.
not a very not a
I'm,
very agreeable topic at all.
yeah, but it needs to be talked about anyway because
Yes,
it
it
just
does.
shows just how polluted some of the minds of this country are. That you would
Yes,
prefer to see a woman die than to admit that these ICE agents are not properly trained.
they're not properly trained.
That's
They're
all we're
just
saying.
people off the street that they just gave guns to, and and
And it's not political either. It's not supposed to be about politics.
no, it doesn't. And then
This is
to me, the way they're going about this illegal, going up in people's houses and churches and schools
yeah.
is
I mean, there's a way to
so
go.
unconstitutional.
Yeah, there's a way to go about doing it, and it's not right. But you know
Mm-mm.
what? That's okay, because when it comes knocking on their door, we'll see.
Then if things change,
Uh-huh. When it comes
then they'll
knocking on
see.
your door, yep. When somebody comes waking one of your loved ones up out of their sleep,
And
because you know
everybody
what?
should be
Because you
outraged.
know what? She didn't look like an illegal alien, did she?
No, she sure didn't. She didn't fit the profile.
Huh.
She didn't fit the profile for that. Or domestic terrorists.
Uh-huh. They do knock on legal Americans' doors, Ken Simpsons.
Yes, they do.
They
Yes,
knocking
they
on
have, and yes, they
doors
do.
every day. They're dragging people out that are not
In front of
illegal.
their kids.
You do
That's
you
right,
guys got it
Auntie.
twisted. Now they getting some illegals out of here.
Mm-mm.
I read it. I'm not debating that. Yes, they're getting some of the illegals too.
They're
Yes,
taking
they
these
are, Ken
people that have
Simmons.
been here for
Maybe they should
20
come get you
and
then.
30 years. They've been here their whole lives, and they're sending them to countries they've never been to.
Exactly. That's all right. These trolls that are coming in here, they're clearly rage baiters. And I'm going to end this live before they succeed because I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here
Okay.
on my platform and let some asshole come in here and insult my
I
intelligence.
hear you.
I'm not
Yeah.
having it. Yes, C.
Okay.
Gonzalez, I think I will at this point. I think I
Okay.
will go tonight. No,
Yeah.
C. Gonzalez was asking me if I was going to the casino.
Casino,
So
are you?
yeah. And C. Gonzalez,
Okay.
thank you for becoming a new member. I apologize for not catching that when you first popped up on the screen. Thank you so much for becoming a new member. I appreciate it,
Oh,
love.
thanks for
Yeah.
being a new member.
Yeah. But yeah, this whole thing is, dividing the country,
It
um,
is.
along with a lot of other things that our leadership is doing that is just tearing this country apart, and it's becoming
Hard.
very, very barbaric.
Very.
I wish you could too, Jess. Yep. I wish I could. And Doodlebird, you're gonna have to tell me how to do that too. Next time I may just do subscribers only.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, Patrick
That
says
was,
he's got jokes. No, let him go first. Oh God, these people are crazy.
yeah,
See, but yeah, I
yeah.
mean, there's no
And
need to
who are
get
they trying to convince?
exactly, and nobody's trying to say that we don't have a immigration problem. We do have an immigration problem here.
Yes, we do. We
Let's
sure
start.
do.
Let's start with the president's wife. How about that? How did she get
Yeah.
here?
Why don't we go get her out of her bed?
Okay, get her out of her bed. But no, she's
Put
legal,
her on put
so
her
we
on the
can't.
ground and watch her.
Right. But we can't get her because she's legal. I'm talking about the illegal ones. But there is a way of doing things that doesn't have to. I thought that this country was supposed to be
Be.
less barbaric than others, but clearly
Yeah,
somebody didn't
clearly
get the
not.
memo.
Exactly.
Somebody didn't get the memo, you
Mm-hmm,
know.
mm-hmm.
So I'm like this, these. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens,
Yeah,
but I see just where this president is taking this country, taking them
yeah, it's
straight
scary.
to hell.
Yeah, it's scary
Straight to hell. Yep.
that he can
So,
get away with it.
yeah, well, he was untrained too.
Yep, you did say
He was
that.
untrained too. He was a reality star before he took
Yes,
office.
he was. He
He's
got
an
mad at
yeah,
because Obama was president and he was black. Did
yeah.
something to him mentally.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, boy did he. So anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead because I've been on here for a couple hours
Yeah.
already. So
Hmm,
I
hmm.
think it's time
Well,
for me to
thanks,
shut.
Auntie Nikki.
But I appreciate you coming by, sweetheart.
I was so glad you invited me because
Thank you
I
so
really wanted to talk
much.
about the subject. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw that you were on this morning and talking about it, and I didn't get to come up there and because I had a doctor's appointment I had to get to. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, it definitely needs to be addressed, and I,
Yes, it does. And
prayers
it's
out
not
to the
going away.
family. Yeah, prayers out to the lady and her family, and especially them
Yeah,
kids that she left
yeah.
behind. It's very, very sad. It's very,
Very
very sad
sad.
that these kids don't have a mama now
Nope,
because
she's
somebody got
gone. He
trigger
got
happy.
triggered. He did. He
Yeah,
was feeling good with that gun because
he,
he didn't just shoot once
right,
to stop her. He was
right.
shooting to kill.
He had his gun pulled before she even moved.
Right. He did. I saw him when he pulled it out.
Yes. So hey, people can pretend like you know,
They didn't see what they saw.
yeah, but it is what it is. You know,
Yeah.
Barbara, you said she was an immigrant. Was she legal?
She was not an immigrant. She was a white Caucasian woman.
Exactly. I don't know. I didn't know who said she was an immigrant.
And even if she was an immigrant, what does that matter that they killed her?
Exactly.
The excuses that people, not
Even
saying that she's making
illegal
excuses,
ones,
but
even illegal ones, should not be
right.
unalived. There's a process
No
that should be
one.
done. I mean, that's what this country is supposed to. But you know what? It
She's
doesn't
an
surprise me.
illegal.
We had barbarians running the country back during slavery times. Why does this surprise us? Why? It
I
does.
know. I know.
Wow.
First of all, I shouldn't exist because it's
And
barbaric.
John Ackley, she didn't touch them. You guys are you
No,
guys.
she didn't. Did she run over his pinky toe?
She didn't run over nothing.
I didn't think so. Is he in a cast?
And their
Can he
policy,
go home to see his family?
Their policy actually says that they're not to use deadly force, but I guess that policy went out the window too.
Yeah, at some point,
Oh,
Trump gave them all guns.
Barbara said, I said, was she not that she was? I was asked. Oh, you were asking a question.
Oh,
She wasn't an
sorry
immigrant.
about that, Barbara.
She was just leaving her mother's house or something.
Yeah, I think she was leaving. I heard she was dropping off a kid, but that could be word on the curb.
Yeah,
But
she was a neighbor. I know that because the neighbor came out and was
what if
screaming.
her kids was in the car?
Huh?
What if
Yeah,
her kids were in the car?
exactly. They probably took one too. Manuel Carlos says we better be alert with this government and government. Everybody's in danger, and I totally agree, Manuel.
My husband said, "Get a gun." He wants us to get a gun.
I think something. Yeah, this country is in danger. There's so
We're in
much
danger.
going on. There's so much
It
going
is. You,
on now that we
Martha,
don't
you
know
turn
where
around.
it's from.
Thank you. When he went over there and picked up that foreign leader out of his bed to take his oil.
Isn't that ironic?
Yes.
Isn't that ironic?
I'm just gonna take him. If you ain't gonna give it to me, I'm gonna steal it and take it from you.
Okay, Zero, I think is how you. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce that. So how did she end up in a situation with ICE? What happened? She was driving down her neighborhood, and ICE was in her neighborhood and blocked off the neighborhood.
Yeah, and
several
my
agents
understanding, she got caught up in
She
that.
got caught in the middle. Mrs. Mingo says, remember, ICE fired the first shot. They can't kill us all. You got that right, sweetheart.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Well, no, she didn't. You get out of here.
Oh,
with
they
that.
didn't blame something else on the deceased.
Yeah. Any info on there being an obvious barricade? Their cars.
Yep.
Their cars.
Their vehicles.
Their vehicles barricaded both sides to the point where the ambulance couldn't even get through.
Oh, wow.
And
well, there was a doctor on the scene that was trying to help, but they told him to move.
Yes, Mrs. Gringo, I did watch the video several times. And
Yeah,
Zero,
me too.
you said if I was a cop and someone ran through a blocked off road, I'd be scared. She didn't run through a blocked off road. She was in the middle. She was in the middle.
She was in the middle of the road, middle of the street, middle of the block.
Q-Rock, are you on your phone? Okay, Mrs. Mingo, you gotta go too. Get out of here. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and end the live before I go off on all these people. So
Okay.
that's it. Q-Rock, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live, y'all. Okay? Y'all have a wonderful evening. And
Good night, Auntie Nikki.
good night, sweetheart. You guys, I love you. Be vigilant. Be sober and vigilant.
Yes.
My life is a guitar. Your mammy's a retard. How about that? Your nasty ass mammy is a retard. How about that? I'm out of here. I'll see y'all later. Love you. Bye.
Hey there, my kinfolk. Thanks for stopping by. Auntie Mickey's house, where we reach for the sky. Every comment and smile, you make my heart glow. Together we're strong, together we grow. From gossip to politics, we cover it all. Sharing laughs and thoughts, having a ball. Your support means everything that I know. up, ooh, takes flight.